This is the before and after of our redesign for our subscribers' home, and we'll show you the entire process of achieving this look. Today, we're working on Gyorgy's home from Denmark. We'll redesign it step by step so you can see the entire process of transforming a space into an industrial interior style. This is the 17th interior design in our challenge to complete 100 interiors in a year. In this series, we share practical ideas for materials, decor, and even furniture arrangements. Before we start designing, let's look at his home's current state, focusing on the living, dining, and kitchen areas since he's having the most difficulty with their layout and interior design. The floor plan measures 20 square meters or 215.28 square feet. As you enter through the main door, the living area is immediately to your left, with an L-shaped sofa placed against the left wall. While this layout helps define the living space, it feels tight. So, we'll replace it with a straight three-seater sofa to create a more open and comfortable layout. Directly in front of the sofa, along the upper wall, is the TV console, positioned for an optimal viewing experience. Since this placement works well, we'll keep it as is. To the right of the TV console, the bed is currently positioned along the upper right wall. However, this setup makes the space feel cramped and unbalanced. So, the owner decided to move the bed to a separate enclosed room for added privacy. With this change, the kitchen will now take the place of the previous bed area, making the layout more practical and efficient. Adjacent to the bed, on the far right side, is the dining area, with a dining table and chairs neatly arranged near the balcony door. This placement takes advantage of natural light, which is why we will keep this position for the dining area. While this layout makes use of available space, it lacks clear zoning, making the room feel cluttered. So we'll introduce better defined areas, smart storage solutions, and a cohesive design to enhance both functionality and aesthetics. Let's create a mood board to guide the redesign. 65% of the space is in neutral tones like white, beige, and light gray, applied to the walls, ceiling, and larger furniture to keep everything open and clean. Recessed pin lights provide even lighting without being too harsh. Then, 25% of the space includes warm wood tones in the shelves, cabinetry, tables, and flooring. These elements add depth and a cozy feel. Black track lights highlight key areas, especially in the kitchen, making the space both functional and stylish. Finally, 10% of the space features deep browns, black, and soft greens in throw pillows, decor, and plants. These accents add character while keeping the design simple. Wall-mounted lights, a black arc floor lamp, and an industrial pendant light bring a warm and inviting glow, making the space feel complete. This mix of neutrals, warm wood, and bold accents creates a balanced and inviting space. Now, let's bring this mood board to life. Let's start with the living area. Looking at the before setup, his L-shaped sofa is positioned on the left side of the space, close to the main door. While this layout helps define the living area, it leaves little room for movement, making the space feel tight. It also lacks zoning, so everything blends without clear separation. Let's see how we can improve this. First, let's talk about the ceiling. To enhance this, you can add faux polyurethane beams or PVC beams to the ceiling. These bring texture and visual interest, but without making the room feel too heavy. You can also install pin lights to evenly brighten the space. These lights are simple and practical, so they help the room feel open and well lit without being too harsh. Now, to create better zoning, since the space lacks it, the wall in the living area will be painted with a concrete finish to give it a subtle industrial touch. But to add even more definition, PVC fluted wall panels will be placed on both sides and in the corner. Then, this will help visually separate the space and create a more structured look. If your home lacks proper zoning, you can also apply this technique to make different areas feel more intentional. Now, let's go to the layout. Since the L-shaped sofa takes up too much space, we'll replace it with a boxy leather sofa in dark espresso color worth $2,199.99. This piece provides a strong, modern look, but at the same time, it allows for better movement in the space. To add warmth and contrast, pillows in a mix of black, off-white, and camel brown will be placed on the sofa. This combination keeps the color scheme cohesive, but also makes the space feel more inviting. Since he didn't have a coffee table before, we'll introduce one. A sleek coffee table will be added, so the seating area feels more complete and functional. To complete the styling, a vase with plants and a book can be placed on top for a simple but elegant touch. In the flooring, a low-pile shag rug in neutral beige will define the seating area and then tie everything together seamlessly. Now, let's add some decor. Above the sofa, a geometric abstract wall art will be placed to introduce texture and interest. And since this is a small space, a black grid-framed mirror will also be installed beside the PVC fluted panel near the door. This helps reflect light and makes the area feel bigger. Next to the mirror, 2 geometric metal and wood wall art pieces will be added for contrast and balance. Then, for additional lighting, a black arc floor lamp with a dome shade will be placed beside the sofa, so the space gets both style and function. To enhance the ambiance, an industrial black metal pendant light with an exposed bulb will also be added. This lighting feature adds warmth and a modern industrial touch, but at the same time, it keeps the space feeling cozy, especially in the evenings. What do you think about the changes we made so far? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your ideas and feedback. Now, let's move to the TV area. To enhance this area, a stone veneer with a limestone finish will be added to the wall so it gains texture and depth. Next, a wood and metal media unit worth $178.99 will be installed. This unit provides storage, but at the same time, it keeps the design sleek and modern. To style the media unit, decorative items will be placed strategically, so the space looks polished without feeling cluttered. Then, a wall clock will be mounted above for both practicality and visual interest. The TV will be placed at the console, so the entire setup feels cohesive and visually balanced. And before we move on to the next area, let's take a quick look at how this space turned out. Moving on to the dining area, the previous setup felt plain and lacked a cohesive design. But by making a few key changes, we can bring in more character and warmth. Instead of the previous plain white dining table, it's now replaced with an industrial round dining set featuring a marble tabletop. This choice adds elegance while keeping the space modern and functional. To complement the table, dining chairs with molded wood seats and metal legs are added. So, the overall look feels balanced, blending natural textures with sleek metal for a stylish contrast. These chairs not only add a modern touch, but also provide comfortable seating. To make the dining area feel more anchored, a round woven jute rug is placed underneath. This helps define the space while adding texture and warmth. For a more polished look, a centerpiece is added to the table. A simple vase with greenery. It's a small touch, but it brings life and personality into the space. Now, let's talk about the wall decor. On one side of the dining area, a black metal and wood floating shelf is installed. Then, to style it, a mix of decor pieces like vases, sculptures, and framed artwork are placed, making the wall feel intentional and visually appealing. To further enhance this area, wall-mounted lights are added on both sides of the shelf. So instead of just being decorative, this setup also provides extra lighting, making the space feel cozy and inviting. Adding indoor plants around the dining area also helps bring in a fresh and natural feel. But instead of just placing them randomly, they are positioned in key areas where they add the most impact. For the main lighting, an industrial cage pendant light worth $38.99 is installed above the table. Hang it at a height that provides enough illumination while keeping the view unobstructed. And now, let's take a look at how the dining area turned out after these changes. The previous setup had the bed positioned in this area, but it made the space feel cramped and unbalanced. Now, this spot will be transformed into a kitchen, making the layout more practical and efficient. An L-shaped layout is the best choice here because it maximizes storage and keeps everything within easy reach. Let's start with the cabinetry, which plays a huge role in both storage and aesthetics. The lower cabinets, combined with open shelving, offer quick access to everyday essentials. But instead of just being functional, the black metal handles add contrast and an industrial touch that ties in with the overall design. The upper cabinets have a warm wood finish, giving the space a sleek and modern look while providing ample storage for plates, glasses, and pantry items. So everything stays neat without making the kitchen feel heavy. Next, the countertop and backsplash. The dark wood countertop enhances the cabinetry and adds warmth to the space. Then, for the backsplash, a stone veneers with sandstone finish brings in depth and a natural element. It's not just stylish, it's also durable and easy to clean, perfect for everyday use. For the cooking area, efficiency is key. A black built-in oven blends seamlessly with the cabinets, keeping the space cohesive. Above it, a modern range hood clears smoke and odors, making cooking more comfortable. Then, by placing the cooktop near storage, meal prep becomes smoother since everything is within reach. On the right side of the kitchen, a black undermount sink is positioned. The matte black faucet complements the industrial details, giving the kitchen a clean, modern look. Next to it, a compact fridge is tucked neatly under the counter, a smart space-saving solution that keeps everything organized. Lighting is key to making the space functional and inviting. Black track lights are installed above the cooking area, providing direct lighting where it's needed most. Then, under-cabinet lighting highlights the backsplash while adding a soft, modern glow to the countertop. A large window brings in plenty of natural light, so the kitchen feels open and fresh. But to control brightness and add warmth, wooden blinds are installed, giving both privacy and flexibility. Finally, small decor pieces like ceramic vases, potted plants, and kitchen essentials are placed carefully to keep the space homey without looking cluttered. What's your favorite part of this home setup? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, let's take a quick look at how the kitchen turned out. Let's now take a tour of the complete makeover. If you have any comments or suggestions, feel free to share them in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe.